See, if this was men, they defend each other on their same team. I mean, men will fight from two teams, but when somebody checks you on who's on your team, you defend that guy. Now, there's also a racial element to this. We can't deny that. I'll just say it's not always racism when a white person succeeds. Okay.
And it's not always racism when black people hip check them either, right? Like
Right,
it's
no.
both are at play.
No.
I think it's natural
Well,
for a megastar to come in
No.
and people say, I'm kind of tired of hearing
It's
about
everything.
it.
It's women are catty. The league is very lesbian, and she's not. And there's race. There's a lot of going on.
Clark skipped the Olympics, but returned with a bang, taking her team to the playoffs. Sadly, their journey ended quickly as they lost both games in the first round.
When I was driving to the game today, obviously it's annoying because there were way too many Caitlin fans and I was but like it just kudos because it's amazing to see so many people in women's basketball jerseys. It's amazing to see the excitement and the joy that comes out of that. So although I feel like our Dallas fans could have done better, I had mixed feelings obviously seeing all the Caitlin jerseys in our home, but it's an amazing sign for women's basketball and it's just great how far we've come. It's just fun.
The NBA has become quite a spectacle, with some players casting themselves as victims. Clark has definitely brought a lot of focus to the league, showcasing the skill of these athletes, but lately, things have taken an unexpected twist.
Allowed anymore to show the #1 draft pick in the WNBA draft as opposed to Angel Reese, a woman who can't run. I mean, next time you watch Angel Reese play, yeah, she can play. She's a good player, but she can't run. But we're not allowed to show the #1 pick in the draft, the most dynamic player, including everybody. Why? Well, because it's racist. Yes, it's racist according to the idiot.
A number of players are accusing fans of racism, apparently sparked by envy of Clark's growing popularity. Brittany Griner has also voiced similar concerns in this situation.
Madness, and I think it's on its way to ending. I do. I think that Netflix special last night showed that black folks can get on white folks on black folks, and everybody can laugh about it. And truthfully, if all the little D-bags like Seth Davis or Dan Wolken or Greg Doyle, the little white liberal peens in the ass don't like it, screw them. That's what I saw last night. Maybe we are, in fact, coming back. Well, progressives are alleging it was racist. For the Indiana Fever's preseason game was available on WNBA League Pass and Angel Reese's Chicago Sky preseason.
The problem is that there's no solid evidence to back up these accusations. Although these claims have been floating around all season, fans are now being called racist during the playoffs without any real proof.
27 years. These lesbian, angry OGs have milled around on the periphery of the sports world. They've had a league simply because, well, the NBA felt like we better help our sisters out. So let's fund a league where, well, frankly, it makes us look good, doesn't cost us any real money, and,
Here's the thing, they're not really putting in the effort. It's not as if they're embracing the fans. Instead, it seems like they're more interested in playing the victim.
And you had a couple of stars that nobody cared about. Crazy-ass Brittany Griner going and getting her dumb ass arrested. You had Diana Taurasi. I don't know what Diana Taurasi was doing. I never saw 1 second of Sue Bird, but I still swear to God, at the end of the day, she's not going to end up with that Megan Rapinoe. She's going to be a mom with 2 kids. That's just my opinion. 350 million people in this world. I can give you my opinion. She doesn't look like...
Honestly, I saw this coming even before the season started. The players have been acting out, especially Brittany Griner.
Dan, what's a lesbian look like? Angry. She's happy. Real happy. I digress. Let's talk about the angry. So now here comes Caitlin Clark. Little white girl. Not that that should matter, because in sports, it doesn't, except in this sport. In this sport, that's all that matters. See, you got the angry African-American lesbians who just can't handle somebody coming into their league as a white girl with a bunch of attention. Now, I hearken back. I'm always hearkening.
Let's break this down. Brittany Griner claims she experienced racist taunts during WNBA games, but I'm honestly a bit skeptical. She's been in the league for years, and we haven't really heard much about racism until now. It's odd that so many players are suddenly bringing it up all at once. What exactly did they hear that was racist? It seems like if you heckle a player these days, it gets labeled as racism. LeBron James touched on this when he had some fans removed from the NBA game, implying their comments were racist, yet he only mentioned hearing a few insults. This situation feels similar to Griner's in the WNBA. Recently, there's been a spotlight on fans being called out for racist behavior, especially with Griner making headlines for her accusations. She's faced racist remarks during games before, and just this past Wednesday, following Game 2 of the WNBA playoffs, the league issued a statement addressing this issue. Can you believe it? The WNBA is calling out its own fans for their behavior. It seems they aren't too interested in broadening their audience if it means tackling racism, insults, and threats head-on. They even hinted at possibly involving the police for those who go too far. Alyssa Thomas also spoke out about the hate directed at her team from Fever fans, those Caitlin Clark supporters, saying she's never encountered such racial comments before. This situation has really escalated, with Indiana Fever fans being labeled as racist. That's a serious allegation. Social media has definitely stirred the pot for some players. It's interesting to see how these athletes are reacting now that the regular season is behind us and the playoffs are in full swing. Everything seems to be getting tagged as racist these days. Brittany Griner, can you provide some evidence? We can't just take your word for it without any proof. Honestly, I'm skeptical about it all, but that's just my take. What do you all think?